Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, Worldwide Wednesday, August 6, 2025. It's 5 a.m. here on the left coast, coming to you live from Las Vegas in the mobile studio. If you are looking to level up as a professional and really appreciate and understand how the top cyber news can empower you to be a better practitioner and help you crush job interviews, well, then you've come to the right place. Welcome, friend, to Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, Justin Gold, hold on, I got so many things going on here. Me, you, Nerman, Augusta Delgado, Carrie, Brady Clark, Medine G, Code Brew, Brexy, Anthony S, Devin Grady, Luke Canfield, and Alana Boyajian, among others, are going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be doing everything in my power to enable you guys to go beyond the headlines and really distill out some of the key learning opportunities of these stories. So yes, there's a data breach. Okay, so 300,000 people had their healthcare files broken into and stolen, but what does that actually mean? Is it a poor governance structure? Is there supply chain issues? Have you seen why vulnerability management is a near impossible task to achieve in real practice? So that's what's up. Yeah, what's up, Face Doyle? Good morning to you, buddy. We are coming to you live from the darkness. Again, special shout out to Mrs. Auger, who is enduring 5 feet away, trying to sleep while I, spit into this hot mic. Good morning, everybody. Guys, I want to just let you all know that every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE, so be sure to say what's up in chat, grab a screenshot, and file it away once you count up those screenshots, divide by 2, and that's how many CPEs you got, basically. So super easy, super fun. As always, I've got the sippy cup here. Gonna have my first slug of premium instant Starbucks dark roast. This is what we're drinking today, not sponsored. There we go. Found this to be the secret sauce instead of carrying a French press. Let me take a slug off this. It is Wednesday, which means it's Worldwide Wednesday, which means we are all going to be seeing where we're from in a hot minute, and I'll be representing the great state of Nevada in just a second. Oh my God, it's so hot. All right. Oh, seriously, hold on. This coffee?
That ANS is so hot right now.
For real, so hot right now. Yep, guys, just so you know, this is episode 935 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief. We're here every single weekday morning, putting in the work, doing all the things that we need to do so we can level up and be killer people. All right, guys, if today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first timer. Dragos is in chat. Good to see you, Dragos. Gonna have you tune in on Worldwide Wednesday here in a hot minute. Guys, I gotta tell you, we didn't stay out late last night, but I am kind of dragging butt right now. Getting up early is tough. All right. So what do we got here? I'm sorry, trying to knock the cobwebs out of my brain. All right, so we got the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Remember, it is Wednesday, which means it's Worldwide Wednesday, so we are going to go around the horn in a hot minute. Following today's show, stay tuned because there's jaw-jacking. If you're literally looking to get all of your cybersecurity questions answered by myself and by industry practitioners, definitely stay tuned at the top of the hour for jaw-jacking. And, of course, this is the show. All right, guys. Before we get into it, I got to tell you, Code Brew, I'm not tired so much. It's just, I don't know, just run down. And today is the real big day. Day one of Black Hat Conference starts. We've got a lot lined up. The whole schedule is full right into the evening. So, yeah, just grinding. It is episode 935. TJ Williams, good morning. All right, guys, let's do it really quickly. If you can, allow me to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, those who enable me to bring this show to you every single day, whether I'm in Las Vegas or I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, or I'm in undisclosed location in New England. Let's holler, guys. Check it out. Fortify 365. You know it. Eric Taylor and the team knows it. This is what's crack-a-lackin'. If you have M365 environment and you haven't properly configured it, you are missing a huge opportunity and you're literally taking on risk that you shouldn't. If you work in GRC and you haven't configured your M365 environment to be somewhat more secure than the vanilla image, the vanilla load, if you will, definitely consider going to fortify365.com and scoop up some opportunity with Eric Taylor and his team to help you secure your M365 environment today from tomorrow's threats. I'm serious, guys. You're already paying for the solution. Misconfiguration is definitely not why you want to suffer a data breach. We got a gifted 10 gifted subs coming in from James McQuiggan.
We just become best friends. Yep.
At 35,000 feet. Thank you very much, James McQuiggan. It'll be nice to see you here in the great state of Nevada at some point, my man. All right, fortify365.com. Much love to Barricade Cyber. Also want to say shout out to Antisyphon Training with their Blue Team Summit. Some of you were having challenges yesterday registering for Blue Team Summit. That has been sorted out. August 27th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. This virtual, absolutely free conference can include educating you if you take time and go to antisyphontraining.com right now and register. Again, this free event is absolutely worth it. Plus, shout out to Simply Cyber Community. The Simply Cyber Community representing several of the speakers at this summit. I'm so happy and so just excited for the Simply Cyber Community members that are going to be speaking at this conference. So go to antisyphontraining.com, register. Even if you register and then don't attend, you know what I mean? Like, just at least you'll have it in your back pocket. And then if you don't have something going on that day, or you see one of the talks interests you specifically, you can get in there because you'll already have it registered. Really quick, I do see a lot of first-timers in chat. We're going to have to welcome them appropriately. So Kevin Ulubyi over on LinkedIn. So Kevin isn't going to see the stream of chat coming in welcoming him, but Kevin, trust me, we're going to do it right now. And I saw one other first timer. If it's your first time, please let us know in chat it's your first time. We love welcoming our first timers. Where is that first timer? I guess mods, if mods can let me know where the first timer is. There's definitely two. I saw two. And we're going to welcome them. Okay, thank you, Space Tacos, Augusta Delgado. Let me do the proper... Oops, that was a misfire. All right. Hey, for the Kevin and for all the first-timers in chat. Welcome to the party, pal. I hope you have a great show. I hope you have a great stream. Nintendude. Oh, boy, I love that username, Nintendude. First-timer in live chat. We'll welcome it. Welcome to the party, pal. Becky Gaylord dropping a super chat.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Becky Gaylord, thank you. Also, if I'm not mistaken, Becky Gaylord, you are one of the speakers at Blue Team Summit, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me know in chat. Hey, what's up? We got Kyle Lambert, at Benjamin Wilkinson. Thank you, mod. First timer. So at Benjamin, at Chris, welcome to the party, pal. Thank you, Hooey Booey. All right, guys, we're straight crushing it like a bunch of bosses. We heard from Barricade. We heard from Antisyphon. Let's do Delete Me really quickly, and then we're going to go around the world before we drop in to the half pipe that is Worldwide Wednesday and the news. Okay, guys, check it out. Okay, ready. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do Threat Locker and Delete Me at the mid-roll because I want to I want these first timers to feel the burn of Worldwide Wednesday. Let's welcome him. Oh yeah. So Chris Lambert, Benjamin Wilkinson, TC Williams Frazier, certified CIAM. We are about to launch this mother trucker into the stratosphere. Oh yeah. Let me just get a little bit more of this Team Sippy Cup action. Woo. Okay, I'm feeling it. Okay, here we go. Every single day of the week has a special segment, First Timers, and Wednesday is Worldwide Wednesday, where we literally demonstrate live right now with you how unbelievably diverse and international this community is. Simply Cyber, it's not just a passing fancy, it is legit. Gisela Pumarejo, hey, what's up? Shawnee33, first time in a few months. Good to have you back. All right, guys, here we do it. Okay, our very own Marcus Kyler in chat, the mayor of Detroit. has built this map for us. We're going to light it up. So do me a favor. Tell me where you are. I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes, 22 seconds. I only have one hand, so this is going to be interesting. Tell me where you are. Let's go. Here we go. Carrie's in Texas. I'm in Nevada. The United States is online. Let's keep cooking. Australia getting in here early. Very nice. Missouri, Carrie Franklin. Good to see you. Brad Townsend's in Arkansas. Brenda's up in St. Paul, Minnesota. Sorry about that cyber attack. Jazzy Jazz is in D.C. Chris is in the Sunshine State. Good to see you. Spandex Thunderstorm bringing Africa online. Nice job, Spandex Thunderstorm. Toronto, hooey booey. Canada, our friends to the north. The Great Palmetto State. Good to see you. Sandor Silge up in South Carolina. Ethiopia represent. Love it. Jackson, Mississippi. Greer, South Carolina. Alabama. Dublin, Ireland's in the house. Good morning, Dublin, Ireland. All right. Saudi Arabia online. The Middle East is hot. North Carolina's in here. Greece is in the chat. North Ogden, Utah. Good to see you. Dublin, King Victor B. Bogota, DC Sanchez bringing South America online. Let's cook, baby. Let's cook. Colombia, hell yeah, you guys are straight crushing it like a bunch of bosses. We got the DR, Jeremy representing the DR. Alberta, Canada's in the house. Breeze, Vegas. All right. Bangladesh. Asia is online. Look at us, guys. We're kind of already did it. We already did the thing. Warren, Michigan. Mississippi's in the house. Dragos is Romania. If Dragos wants to chime in and whether or not he's in Romania, he or she. Ghana's in the house. Africa coming correct, y'all. What's up, Jersey? Dirty Jers. St. Petersburg, Chi-Town. Romania, there's my friend Dragos representing Romania. Bing Dead Center. UK's in the house. Europe is in the house. Is Senfilus in the chat? We'll get Poland online in a second. Someone from Israel, that's cool. Oh yeah, we got Israel in the house. Let's zoom in on this one. Boom. Oh, I love this map, Marcus Kyler. It's so easy to use. Tanzania. I know where Tanzania is. I hope I get that on like a Jeopardy question at some point in my life. This community has taught me. We got Wales, UK. Lubbock, Texas is in the house. India. Ashiana, bringing India online. Thank you, Ashiana. And guys, we did it. Flow Ride at Chatham Hall. I see you. OKC from Running and Gaming. All right, guys, let's just take stock, shall we, for a hot minute? Let's take inventory. North America, check. South America, check. Africa, you damn right. Middle East, heck yeah. Europe, I see you. Asia, in the hizzy. And Australia, good day, mate. We have just gone around the world. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So please just take this as a moment to reflect and just realize how awesome this chat is, guys. We are literally representing international perspectives, bringing the heat. This is so cool. Thank you all so very much. You guys absolutely rock. Now, do me a favor. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. I'm Sarah Lane. PBS confirms data breach after employee info leaked on Discord servers. PBS confirmed a data breach after a file containing contact information for nearly 4,000 employees and affiliates was leaked on Discord servers tied to PBS Kids fan communities. The data included names, job titles, emails, departments, and supervisors. PBS says the breach came from its internal MyPBS.org platform and that no other systems were affected.
Oh my God.
TSMC.
All right, so kids being kids, all right? So I don't know if you guys watch PBS Kids. Oh God, what kind of programming? Like, my kids are older now, but the PBS Kids, there was definitely like Umizoomi. If anyone in chat can like shout out for Team Umizoomi, let me know. Obviously, Sesame Street, back in the day, 321 Contact. If you really want to get deep into it, that would be a 80s drink type of thing. Basically, this information was distributed on Discord. Guys, Discord, many of you are in the Simply Cyber Discord, so you know what it is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, do ! Discord in chat, and Nightbot will drop a link. You can join us there. It's definitely, in 2025, to me, Discord is very much a virtual meeting place for like-minded people who want to, share and kind of collaborate on things. Lazaro Rivera, Team SC, have a great con. Thank you very much, Lazaro. Yep. So I thought when I saw this story that this had to do with the fact that PBS got its funding cut. That is a completely separate story and one that's not cyber related. But I got to tell you personally, I find it disappointing that the PBS is been defunded and is basically going to shut down, as far as I know. They say in the story that they believe that the sharing of the data was more out of rebellious. Guys, here's the deal. I don't know who got this JSON file. Because like kids being kids is fine, but someone had to hack it and get the file itself, right? So I'm actually trying to figure out why it how it got dropped in the first place. Let's see. This is annoying. Like nothing in here talks about how the file got dropped. Okay, so stupid. Okay, so here's the deal. All right. No one knows where this file came from. Obviously, there was a collection of information on kids. Now, it was PBS kids, so it's not necessarily nefarious. But at the same time, here's my thing. Like, this gets back to data governance, okay? Oh, Daniel Tiger. Yeah, isn't he like the successor to Mr. Rogers? Here's what I got to tell you guys, okay? This story, yes, kids' information got leaked on Discord and they're sharing all the things. Now that I've kind of read the story, oh, by the way, all you first timers, I don't research or prep for any of these stories. So, like, you're literally getting my raw opinion on this based on just now. Also, I didn't say it in the preface, but because there are so many first timers, I have 20 years of experience in industry, mostly GRC, did some blue, worked in healthcare manufacturing, and I've got opinions, and I love cybersecurity. Now, this particular story right here, let me give you a little bit more meat on the bone, right? You can flip it over and dig in between the ulna and the radius on the chicken wing here. This story 1000% is a lesson in data governance. But wait a minute, Jerry, what are you talking about? Data governance sounds boring. No, it's actually quite important because it's about to save PBS and your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, problems. Here's the deal. Why are you collecting data on these children? You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Oh, we need to know how many like 7-year-olds we have in our demographic so we can market to them, or how many 8-year-olds in Texarkana we have. That's fine, but information like what? Okay, employee name, corporate email, title, time zone, department, location, job function, hobby, and supervisor's name. This doesn't sound like children information. So everything I was just about to say is completely, no longer applicable because I thought they were collecting information on kids. As far as data governance goes, if you don't need data, don't collect it, period, full stop, right? It will save you in the long run. We've seen this many, many times. That social media app, the women's one about talking about men, like that one that just got breached, they had all the driver's license photos that were used for verification. There's no reason to keep that stuff. Yeah. And then, like, why are you keeping hobbies on people? I find that to be a little blah. Okay.
Fires engineers over suspected semiconductor secrets theft. TSMC fired 2 engineers suspected of stealing 2-nanometer chip trade secrets in the first ever case under Taiwan's National Security Act. The company detected the breach via internal monitoring and alerted prosecutors. TSMC makes more than 90% of the world's sub-5-nanometer chips and says its advanced tech is too complex for any small group to fully steal. Cloudflare.
All right. So, okay, dude, when you see a story like this, I don't even know if it says China did it, but like, and again, not to be xenophobic, like China is always going to be assumed to be the one behind espionage unless there's other evidence to support it. Like, as a default, China's very good at espionage, and semiconductor technology especially is something that China has been trying to get squeezed by like the United States and Japan and Norway around not having access to. So for them, stealing semiconductor secrets, there's no doubt that's what I think is going on. Now they did fire 2 people. The lesson here is all around insider threat. Let's see. Yeah, you could see here, Proofpoint actually published a research that showed 3 separate Chinese state-sponsored hacking groups were targeting Taiwanese semiconductor industries in just the last few months. So here is the TLDR as far as what you need to know as a practitioner. Number one, if you work in semiconductor technology, if you work in chip making, if you work around, like Intel and blueprints and basically just like engineering around semiconductor and semiconductor technology, you absolutely should have elevated elevated risk profile. You should be absolutely protecting those secrets, because there's no doubt some of the best hackers in the world, if you want to call them hackers, right? Security researchers, whatever you want to call it, are targeting that information. And by the way, it's obvious, but worth mentioning. Like, once the information gets out, it's gone, right? Like, you can't stick the toothpaste back in the tube with this. This semiconductor secret technology from TSMC that's gone. Like, they can keep working on their thing and keep doing what they're doing, but it's out, right? And it's not like you can like start over. You know what I mean? So it is pretty serious and kind of unrecoverable as far as the impact of it. Now let's talk a minute about insider threat. Insider threat is incredibly difficult to manage, because essentially what you're doing is you're like, hey, Ray W699 and Space Tacos, thank you for your years of service. Also, we don't trust you. You know what I mean? Like, naturally, businesses want to, seem like, a team or a family, right? Like, oh, we're all here swimming or rowing to the same, rhythm or whatever. And at the end of the day, whether it's North Korea getting hired and just being a straight up fake employee from the beginning, or you have like a long term, super dedicated employee whose family suffers some type of adversity, right? So, like, oh, this person's worked here 20 years. They're, the one who works the grill at the company picnic. They would never do anything bad. Well, you don't know that, like, their grandson got some rare genetic disease that requires a very expensive medicine, or you don't know if someone got, like, broke their back and got prescribed Oxycontin, and now all of a sudden they have like some opioid addiction that you don't know about, and they're terrified to tell anyone because they're embarrassed, but they need money to pay for that addiction, right? So insider threats can manifest many different ways. Don't just think it's like the guy at the end of the bar banging a hammer up and down on the bar talking about the next mother trucker that messes with me is going to get this, get this across their head, right? It can manifest in many, many different ways. I do want to point out really quickly, I mention it occasionally, but the textbook Principles of Fraud examination is absolutely a phenomenal book and can help you detect insider threat around financial fraud. Phenomenal textbook. I love it. I talk about it occasionally. It's so good. If mods want to drop a link, I'll pull it up on stream.
On Perplexity web scraping techniques to avoid robot.txt and network blocks. Cloudflare alleges that Perplexity has been bypassing website restrictions by using stealth crawlers that ignore or evade robots.txt files and declared IPs. Tests show that Perplexity accesses restricted content using user agents that mimic Chrome browsers and rotate IP addresses, making it difficult for site owners to block them. Cloudflare has delisted Perplexity as a verified bot and updated its managed rules to block this type of behavior going forward.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, robots.txt. Like, let's get back in the Wayback Machine and go all the way back to like 2000. Robots.txt is a file you can stick in the root of your web server to have some information in it, including like don't scam me, don't inventory me or whatever, right? Robots.txt, it's supposed to be designed for not for human consumption, but more for like website crawlers and like Google search engine and all those things. Anyways, AI says that's cute, but like, why don't you take a seat and go away? No. So obviously, I almost think of a Oklahoma Sooners like homesteading land grab, right? These AI juggernauts are billion-dollar businesses, billion with a B, right? Straight up filthy rich businesses.
Straight cash, homie.
And right now, one of the, I don't want to call it shortcomings, but one of the areas that is very desirable for these AIs to do is to have up-to-date current information, right? Because right now, if I go to ChatGPT and I ask it about like last night's score in a hockey game or something, it's not going to know, right? Now, there are RAG models that can take on new information, but for the most part, some of these engines are older. Now, Perplexity, I really like because Perplexity, you can get citations, right? I'm a big fan of citations. So you can get sources cited, and Perplexity knows it. Perplexity is quickly coming up as like one of the preferred AI, I guess search engines, if you want to call it that. Quick shout out, Christina Paulika, the librarian in chat, actually had a LinkedIn post with a video that accompanied it around, it's called AI engine optimization, I think. But basically, like SEO, search engine optimization is kind of dead. And right now, like what you want to do is you want to get your information in a way that AI engines are going to want to index and then respond. So, like, it's just more, the reason I bring that up is because it was a cool video. And then the second reason I bring it up is it's just further evidence supporting that the idea of having these quick, snappy, timely answers immediately is highly desirable and incredibly lucrative. Now, from a cyber perspective, it's tough to block this, okay? So what are they doing is they're essentially making the Perplexity engine look like a general user, like a regular user. If you didn't know, user agents are fingerprints that allow a client like me and you, right? So Space Tacos fires up Google Chrome and goes to simplycyber.io. The web server that serves up the web page looks at the fingerprints of her Chrome browser because it wants to understand how to deliver the information back in an optimal setting, right? So there's this exchange of information. Perplexity is basically faking that, right? Perplexity is making it appear like it is a user on a browser, and that's all there is to it. And just honestly, just like the Taiwanese semiconductor story, once the information's out, it's out. Once Perplexity scrapes your web page, like what are you going to do? Like change all the information on the web page? It doesn't matter. Now, for me, like go ahead, scrape the living crap out of simplycyber.io. I want people to ask Perplexity where one of the best places to, learn cybersecurity and engage with a like-minded community could be. Like, let's go. But if you want to change that and say like, I don't know, a news outlet, right? So now instead of going to whatever, CNN.com or FoxNews.com or, choose your news outlet, BBC.com, they just go to Perplexity, right? So now it all comes back to money, guys. The ad revenue is not going to be there because the visits to the website are down and people aren't going there, so advertisers aren't going to spend, which then loses money for those news outlets, which then has a downward spiral. They can't pay people to write the blog articles, news articles. It really is like a snake eating its own tail, if you will. I just started rereading Wheel of Time, so it's very front of mind, if you will. And a quick shout out to Wheel of Time fans out there, if like the books, not the Amazon series, although that was pretty good. Let's keep cooking.
Flaw in Broadcom chip used in Dell laptop security firmware. Cisco Talos researchers say that a security flaw in Broadcom chips used in more than 100 Dell laptop models could have let attackers steal sensitive data and maintain access even after a clean OS install. The vulnerability is tied to Dell's Control Vault firmware and affected machines common in cybersecurity and government environments. Dell patched the issue earlier this year and published an advisory in June.
I'm trying to pour coffee here. Okay. All right. So if you're running these Dell laptops and it says there's 100 different models, so chances are if you're running a Dell laptop, your model is impacted. Okay. Uh, let's see. Um, it's a hardware flaw with the chip. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out so again, I kind of approach this like a CISO, right? Like what do I do I care about this? Okay. The vulnerabilities, there's no indication that they've been exploited. That's fine. There are patches, so you got to patch it. You got to patch it. And they're specific to this BCM 5820X chipset. Okay. When there's like chip problems, a lot of times you have to be like local to exploit it. Let's see. Yep, this is being disclosed at Black Hat later today. So if you're at Black Hat and you want to go see this talk, you can totally go check that out. Nick Biasini, way to go, Nick. I'm actually, so this is kind of a small world. Like I'm literally going to a Cisco invite session or whatever, and Nick's going to be there. I actually interviewed him last year. So, anyways, yeah, they're doing great research. Love what's going on out here at Black Hat and with Cisco Talos. Here's my thing, dude. This particular vulnerability doesn't really like this news article. All right, listen. I hate this crap, dude. Listen, this story is a nothing burger. Okay, Cisco Talos definitely did some great research on this. This Dell laptops that use this Broadcom chip are definitely vulnerable. This story doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't tell us how the exploitation occurs. It doesn't tell us what happens if it's exploited. It doesn't tell us the CVE. It doesn't tell us this story doesn't tell us anything. Like as a cyber practitioner, like let's just say that I deployed 10,000 Dell laptops into my environment over the last weekend, and this story comes up, and I'm like, holy crap. Do I need to fix this today, or do I need to fix this like at all? Those are the questions you should be asking because, guys, it takes time, energy, effort, resources in order to handle, basically anything in cybersecurity. And this is a perfect example, right? Patching, doing firmware updates on chipsets for 10,000 laptops. Dude, that's like a field engineer's nightmare. Like, oh, okay. Like, I guess I'll see you in December. So, but the thing is, there is no evidence of exploitation, which is great. But at the same time, like, I don't know what to tell you. Chances are, if I had to back of the napkin math this thing, you have to physically be present with the actual machine to be able to manipulate the chipset itself. This is not a send you a malicious zip file and it detonates and all of a sudden you're absolutely pwned. I don't know that definitively because this story is absolutely, if you look at this story sideways, it disappears. That's how thin it is. So whatever. I might even, honestly, I'm going to see Nick Biasini later today. I'm going to ask him what's up with this story and get some more info. They might not be able to publicly disclose it, honestly, but anyways, I guess patch it. You gotta patch it.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker is a global leader in zero trust endpoint security, offering cybersecurity controls to protect businesses from zero-day attacks and ransomware. ThreatLocker operates with a default deny approach to reduce the attack surface and mitigate potential cyber vulnerabilities. To learn more and start your free trial, visit threatlocker.com/CISO. That's threatlocker.com/CISO.
All right, hold on. Let's do a double shot of ThreatLocker. I'll be in chat really quick, and then we're gonna drop the song. And if you first timers don't know what the song is, get ready for that. It's gonna be a throwback to yesteryear, and we're gonna burn this song into your brain. But first, a quick note from ThreatLocker. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Hero support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com/dailycyber. Tech grunt. A double shot of coffee would be dynamite. Okay, let's go. So good. All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. We're already, sometimes it blows my mind that we're already halfway through the show. This is Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief. This is the mid-roll. We're straight crushing it like a bunch of bosses. We already did Worldwide Wednesday at the intro, so we don't have a mid-roll activity. But we do have a quick note from Delete Me. Guys, if you are a first-timer, I hope you're enjoying the show. I do want to say really quickly, shout out to Stones fan. Good to see you. Hope everything's well in your world. Robert, guys, allow me, if you will, to give 5 gifted subs. There we go. More Simply Cyber community members coming in hot right now. There we go. All right. So if you're one of the gifted sub members, go into your emote tray and check it out. You got fresh, hot emotes for days in there. Compliments of Simply Cyber. Guys, really quickly, let me just talk really quick about Delete Me. Delete Me makes it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Data brokers make a profit off your data. Your data is a commodity. Anyone on the web can buy your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, and harassment. But now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. As someone with an active online presence, privacy is really important to me. Like what hotel room I'm in, I'd like to keep that private. My home address, I'd like to keep that private. So there's certain things, I'm not really a private individual, but I'd like to choose who gets to disclose or who gets sensitive information about me disclosed to them. And Delete Me helps me protect the information that data brokers have access to. Take control of your data, keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners. Go get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and use promo code simplycyber at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/simplycyber and enter code simplycyber at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/simplycyber, code simplycyber. Thank you very much. Holla, holla, holla. Good morning, Andrew Schlegel, Riley Spicer. Oh my God, yes, OSINT for days. All right. Guys, I got to tell you, I got like a low-key headache right now. And I feel like my face is like swelling right here. It's not good. It's not good. All right. Hey, really quickly, first-timers, we do this every day. Alpha Sierra leads us off, but everybody is welcome to play along. If you know the words, type them in chat. Riley Spicer, first-timer. Welcome to the party, Riley Spicer. All right. Awesome to hear, Stones fan. All right, here we go. Everybody, get ready. Get your fingers, one finger over the L button, one finger over the A button, right pinky over the enter button, and get ready to drop your la-la-la-la-las. No, I'm not hungover, Christopher Ryan Reigns. Too much work here. Can't be drinking like that. Here we go. Get ready. Alpha Sierra. So good. So good. All right, everybody, let's finish strong, shall we?
ANS Study finds lowest cybersecurity budget growth in 5 years. According to a new ANS and Article report, cybersecurity budgets grew 4% in 2025. That's down from 8% in 2024. Only 47% of CISOs saw budget increases, and team growth dropped to a 4-year low of 7%. Nearly 90% of CISOs say their teams are understaffed due to hiring and budget constraints. Google.
Okay, so she said IANS really quickly, and I don't blame the reporters because I don't know if they're cybersecurity professionals or not. It's pronounced IANS. So when you hear people talk about it, they'll say IANS. Just basically, I don't want you to say IANS in group chat. This should come as no surprise to anyone. Okay, this is a bigger macro issue, and it's very true. Okay, look at this graphic. Okay, from 21 to 25, your security budget year over year change went from 16%, 17% down 6%. Change. This is the change, right? So budgets are shrinking. Okay. Now, I do want to point out that this isn't a negative. Okay, like to me, the way I read this graphic is that my budget, say my budget's $100,000, right, for my InfoSec budget. That means in 2022, my budget went to $117,000, right? It went up 17%. But in 2025, if it was the same 100,000, it only went up 4% to 104,000. So don't read it as your budget's 4% of CIO's overall budget or 4% of operating revenue of a company or something like that. This is year over year change. What this graphic does tell us though, and what you need to take out, and honestly, guys, this should absolutely be painfully obvious to many of us. I actually put a video on LinkedIn the other day about how crappy the current job market is in cyber and IT. This is what's up. Dude, here's my thing, right? Like budgets are getting cut. There's a way bigger problem here, okay? And if you want, I'll go deep during jaw jacking. Okay, jaw jacking is the 30-minute show after this show at top of the hour. But basically, here's the deal. If you just take a minute and think about the big picture, because a lot of times, especially in cybersecurity and IT, we get so hyper-focused on like leak hack 0 days and like, ooh, the Linux, and like, look at this Python code and check it out. Look at my command line interface, all this. Stop for a minute and think about this. If you want a job that pays you $100,000, okay, the company needs to have more than $100,000, right? Like if a company's not making money, they're not going to give you money regardless of how awesome you are, okay? So if budgets are contracting, that means either one of two things. One, the business is seeing less value in cybersecurity, so it's given a double middle finger bird to InfoSec and say, nah, bruh, just go ahead and do more with less. Or, and this is what I believe strongly is happening, or the overall company is making less revenue, which means it has less money for an operating budget, which means a trickle-down effect is everybody has to tighten their belt and make more with less. I bet you if you looked at CIOs year-over-year budget changes, there would be a similar, maybe not exactly the same, but a similar pattern, a correlation, if you will, okay? So, since we're seeing contraction in market right like this, and we're seeing people, less and less people getting hired, less and less jobs being posted, even here in Vegas, like I'm actually very excited to see what the Black Hat showroom floor looks like. There is, to me, I don't know if Black Hat's going to release the numbers, but to me, and anyone who's here, please let us know in chat. To me, there is a noticeable there's less people here. I was going to say a noticeable lack of people, but that's not true. Like there's a lot of people here. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people here at Black Hat. I have been to Black Hat since 2015. Okay, I've been to many Black Hats. This one feels like there's fewer people, which honestly is fine with me because, you know, it's easier to walk around and it's easier to get a coffee at Starbucks because there's like way less people in line. But my point is, there is indicators all over the place that rising unemployment, rising inflation, cost of living increases, AI, disruptors, all these things are playing a part. Tariffs, like at least in the United States, right? And people, honestly, guys, again, this isn't a political show, but I've had literally multiple people who are in foreign countries. I was talking to someone in Canada last Thursday, and I was told by this person, I don't want to travel to the United States because I'm afraid of not being able to get out. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of international people that are not traveling into Black Hat. There's like a lot going on, and this right here is even more evidence to support that case. So all I can say is it's tough times. It's tough times, and from a professional perspective, listen. Hey, Virginia Case is in chat. Good morning, VC. Good to see you. All I can tell you is this. This is not like window dressing. I'm not saying this to hear myself talk. You have to think of yourself as a business of you and that you're the CEO of you. And even if you don't have a business background or a business degree or anything, just think about it like you're investing in you. You're doing all the things you need so you can be successful and resilient when there are problems. Do not start leveling up, skilling up, building relationships and networking after you lose your job or after you no longer like where you work or whatever. Like you have to, I'm sorry, but the greatest asset or the greatest investment you can do for yourself is to be doing it while you're gainfully employed. Because when crap hits the fan, you're going to want to be able to pivot like Ross from Friends. Okay.
Big Sleep finds 20 flaws in open source projects. Google's AI bug hunter called Big Sleep was developed by DeepMind and Project Zero and identified 20 security flaws in popular open source software, including FFmpeg and ImageMagick. Details on the vulnerabilities are still undisclosed pending fixes, but Google says each bug was autonomously discovered and reproduced by the AI with human review before reporting.
All right. So really quickly, I am so excited about this. Alana Boyajian, and again, Alana's dropping a 50 spot on our head. So thank you, Alana. That's very nice of you.
Become best friends. Yep.
But let's just read this one. Alana Boyajian has been a longtime Simply Cyber community member. I got to high five her properly in Deadwood last year. She says, celebrating my new gig as vice president of GRC in the financial industry. Encourage y'all to take Jerry's personal branding class and look at Virginia Case's work. She's in chat right now, Virginia Case. Wonderful professional, understands marketing quite well. The CISO recruited me directly off my LinkedIn page, hashtag GRC Mafia. You know what that gets, y'all? Really quickly, I do have one hand, so hold on one second. It's going to take a minute, but it's going to be worth it. So worth. Come on, where are you? There you are. Hold on one second. Alana Boyajian, we're pulling out the stops. We're doing the extra work today. How do I? There we go. This is for you, Alana. There we go. You know what's coming. Here we go.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yes, sir. Way to go, Alana Boyajian. Again, thanks for the super chat, but more importantly, thank you for being awesome and inspiring others in our community to just kick butt. Also, really quick, since she mentioned my personal branding class, that is a class that I run a couple times a year. It really is situationally dependent, but it is a way to basically stand out and kick massive online. In fact, if you are at DEF CON this year, I'm giving a talk at 10 a.m. on Friday. If you remind me at the end of the show, anyone reminds me, I will bring up my deck and show you what it is, just to kind of tease it a little bit. And I might even just do like a session for the community on it. I feel so strongly about the talk I'm giving, and it's totally aligned with what Alana's talking about right now. But Alana, Vice President of GRC, That woman, Alana, you're definitely going to have to put some boots on because you're going to be kicking some massive butt, just marching around, kicking butt in the GRC capacity. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's get back here. If you've been wondering, hey, why is the job market crushing? Because AI is all over the place. Okay, I'm actually going to be interviewing the CISO from HackerOne tomorrow at 1:30 local time. Just because I thought it would be really cool to talk to this guy. And I'm going to be asking him about security research and AI. How is it helping? Is it disrupting? Google is literally like, dude, 20 security vulnerabilities. Tyler Ramsbo doesn't need to be in here because AI can just get unlocked and go hunting for these things. Now, as far as I'm concerned, like obviously I'm excited that AI is finding these bugs because that means you can find them faster, get them patched faster, and your security is better because of it. You gotta patch it, right? But there is a double-edged sword here. I'll give you two things on it.
Shall we play a game?
Number one, yes, and if you are a PBCC alumni, shout out in chat. I see you, Deb and Grady. I definitely appreciate that, dude. Here's the deal. Number one, criminals, threat actors, they have AI too. So when a bug comes out, they're using AI to quickly weaponize it into an exploit. When a patch comes out, they can use AI to reverse it. So if you're like, oh no, the children, oh, like we can't use AI for bug hunting. What are we gonna do with all the bug hunters, right? No, like this is a tool that needs to be weaponized on both sides of the fence, blue and red, because honestly, and I'm usually super kind, like I'll just say it straight up. If you're not using AI, like maybe it's a little too judgmental, but like I honestly feel like you're making, I don't want to call you a fool if you're not using AI, but I will say you're making a huge mistake by not using AI for work, for personal, for all the things, because people who are competing against you are using AI, and that's what's up. I honestly think that there's going to be more of this. I could see AI getting deployed into the DevOps pipeline, the CI/CD pipelines, and being used for unit testing, code review, all those things. They did say that they had a human validate all of these things, so there is a human in the loop, which is definitely important. But I could see as we get more and more confident. Here's a hot take for you. As we get more and more confidence in these tools and their ability to consistently find bugs that are valid findings and test them, all that thing, the human in the loop is going to get higher and higher above the the execution of it, right? So I could even envision, this is a hot take, so please, squad members, little tinfoil hat Jerry, if you would, for me. They're going to start having like agentic AIs be the reviewers of the code and then have them run across. So then you'll have the bug hunters down here at the bottom, and then above them will be like test validators or whatever, and then above them will be a human. So you're going to see an expansion of the use of these AI and AI agents for faster, quicker, more comprehensive bug hunting, essentially, and then the human in the loop is going to get higher and higher and higher up, which unfortunately means that you need less humans in the loop, right? So they talk about human in the loop. That's to make us feel good that like AI isn't going to turn into Skynet and take all our jobs or the Matrix and plug us into the battery farm or whatever. But at the end of the day, even if there is a human in the loop, there's going to be less humans needed for the loop validation, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Again, please invest in yourself. I can't make it more a desperate plea for you to invest in yourself, okay?
Cisco.com user accounts breached. Cisco disclosed a data breach after a voice phishing attack tricked an employee, letting a threat actor access a third-party CRM system and steal user data from Cisco.com accounts. Exposed information includes names, email addresses, phone numbers, and account metadata, but no passwords, confidential customer data, or product systems appear to be affected. The breach may be linked to the Shiny Hunters group behind recent Salesforce-related attacks on major brands like Adidas, Chanel, and LVMH.
All right, I do love chat dropping their thoughts in here. People in here saying that they're using AI and it's actually slowing their workflows down. That's interesting. Mr. Shannon Wilson is asking for the pen test course. Mr. Shannon Wilson, go to academy.simplycyber.io for links. Okay, so I saw this story. I don't research or prep for these stories, but when I was getting the tabs open today, I saw this story and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because, like, Cisco.com, like, I'm not going to Cisco.com. Maybe, for the, what's the friggin' packet analyzer tool or something like that. So I actually went to my password vault and I typed in Cisco to see what's in there. And it dawned on me, if you are using Cisco products, right? So Cisco, XDR, Cisco AMP, Cisco, like any of the like firewall security gateway. I forget what Cisco security email security gateway is called, but basically any cloud-based Cisco system, your creds could have been involved in here. Okay, so if you're using federated authentication, it doesn't matter. You're okay then. But what I would say is Cisco is a Fortune, easily a Fortune 500 company, maybe a Fortune 100 company. So having your user account to that is definitely something of concern. Let's see. Basically, what I'm saying is you would want to change your password if you're using your Cisco products. John V weighing in on AI, I assume, with the $20 super chat.
We just become best friends. Yep.
John V runs the AI ML security channel at the Discord server. John says AI is the next step in your career. It doesn't have to be LLMs. It can be computer vision, machine learning, self-driving cars, robotics, world models, etc. Yeah. Hey, Thomas Marquette, have a great one, dude. Okay. So let's see. An attacker tricked an employee and gained access to a third-party cloud-based CRM tool. Okay. Yep. Third parties, bro. This is what I'm talking about. Your supply chain is vulnerable. Hey, really quick. Riley Spicer says he doesn't like Packet Tracer. He or she says they don't like Packet Tracer. I will point out Packet Tracer is good for beginning learning, right? It's not perfect for like advanced engineering or something like that. Okay, they're basically a CRM got hacked. So this isn't even I don't think this is credentials. I think this is just like literally data points on users. Here's the deal, guys. Like, listen, Cisco, there's a reason that they make a ton of money. One of the things, they have great product, they have great staff, but they also have great marketing and sales teams. And when you get to a certain level, you start collecting all the certain data on your customers because you want to be able to target and offer solutions and opportunities that are genuinely tailored for those individuals, right? So that's what these tools are. That data breach got popped, whatever. At the end of the day, all I'll say is, maybe you'll have an increased activity in phishing attacks and someone pretending that they're from Cisco, right? Like, if you're doing the basic best practices of phish prevention and educating your end users, you should be fine on this one. Okay.
Dutch Caribbean islands respond to cyber attacks on courts, tax departments. Multiple Dutch Caribbean islands, including Curacao, Aruba, and St. Martin, are recovering from a wave of cyber attacks targeting government services. Curaçao's tax office suffered a ransomware attack on July 24th, disrupting operations for weeks. The Joint Court of Justice, serving multiple islands, was also hit, losing email access and facing shutdowns. Aruba's parliament confirmed a separate email breach tied to phishing. Experts warn these incidents may be linked to a Citrix vulnerability flagged by Dutch authorities.
All right. I mean, this is definitely one of those ones where you would like to be incident response and be sent on site to get this to get this sorted out. Yeah, dude. Caribbean islands hit. It doesn't matter, right? Like the Dutch have been getting hit a little bit. There's been an uptick in activity in European theater, but But at the end of the day, guys, if I had to guess, this was not a targeted attack. This is definitely like governments. Governments are nonprofits, first of all. Second of all, because of that, they typically have less staff. They have government gets a bad rap for being like slow and kind of like lethargic, right? So maybe they're not patching these things, they're not fixing these things, they're not staying current, whatever. And there have been multiple governments in the United States that have gotten impacted. Go look at St. Paul, Minnesota, just last week got hit, right? So it's well documented. Because this is a Caribbean island makes no difference. It's still an organization of people trying to govern a group of individuals, right? So because of that, they are susceptible. Now, they said it could have been a Citrix vulnerability. Citrix is essentially a tool that allows you to access apps in a very like convenient way for your end users from anywhere. It does provide a choke point into your infrastructure to kind of not abstract, but like essentially, I guess abstract's the right word, abstract applications that are internal to make them external facing for end users and stuff like that. And Citrix is great. But if you don't patch it, if you don't configure it correctly, if you don't maintain proper credentials that are not compromised or reused, threat actors can get in there. And once they get in there, it's a foothold into your environment. Because remember, if you're using Citrix to access your ERP solution or your internal whatever, right, that computer is connected, right? So if the Citrix server gets compromised, you technically can ride that line back into your internal infrastructure and then start collecting assets and dumping payloads and stuff like that. So not a good look. And they're getting it sorted out. I mean, it is what it is, right? So the Dutch got their hands full. It sucks for them. But if I had to guess, this is a crime of opportunity. Threat actors probably just fired off a bunch of emails and this group fell for it. Okay. Yep. All right, here we go. All righty, guys. This has been episode 925 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I was your host, Dr. Gerald Auger. I hope you got a valuable time spent with me and with really the entire community. Definitely congratulations to Alana Boyajian on the job. Shout out to all of you first-timers. I hope you had a great show, and I hope you come back. Definitely take advantage of the Simply Cyber Discord server where the conversations continue to cook. Don't go anywhere, though, because if today was your first time, you don't know what jaw-jacking is, and we're about to melt your face. Jaw-jacking's coming up in just a second. You don't have to do anything. I will handle everything, so sit back, relax, and let's let the jaw-jacking come on. And basically, I will use my 20 years of experience, my education, to answer as many questions as I possibly can in 30 minutes and help you level up your career. I'm Jerry. Until next time, stay secure. Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw-Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jaw-Jacking. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. I am your host, Jerry Guy, coming in hot with oh my God. I just took a sip of my coffee, and it's like the dry powder stuff. Hold on one second. Oh my God. Holy crap, that was gross. All right. Check it out, guys. This is Jaw-Jacking. If you have any questions, put them in chat, and I will answer them as best of my ability. And if you got to get out of here, get out of here. Have a great Wednesday. And if you're here at Black Hat, I hope to see you later today. Roswell UK says, I mean, you attack a tax office. Well, whose money do you think is actually being used to pay the ransom? Yeah, 100%. Yosef with the first question says, Dr. G, how can I take branding class or social media course to learn how to start a YouTube channel? So, I will tell you, I plan on teaching the PBCC course next in January. I know that's 4 months away, but I will be teaching it in January. I'll be doing it live, I do it a 4-day course. The people who have taken it really do enjoy it. So the answer, Yosef, is January. And if you just stay tuned to the community, I will be, promoting it and letting people know that it's coming. Oh my gosh, Poner Joe, check this out. All right, so this won't help you start a YouTube channel, but I think this is pretty dope. Check this out. Oh my God. Dude, if there was ever a time for this sound effect.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Oh my God, get up on this. Wait, hold on 1 second. God damn it. Hold on 1 second. Hold. Check this out. I do want to give a quick shout out to Haircut Fish, whose slide deck template this is. How do I do this? Hold on. Computer, give me full screen on screen 2. Okay, check this out. This is my slide deck, okay? It's based on the book Where the Wild Things Are, but literally the name of this talk was going to be like how to slay LinkedIn like an absolute pissa and dominate the landscape with your cyber branding, but like I didn't think that really rolled off the tongue. Dude, this is what you're going to get, okay? This is what you're going to get. I'm going to take you from this guy on the left to this guy on the right and absolutely do it. So, of course, the island where Max goes is the cyber industry. It's an absolute hot mess express. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can stand out, right? Because you look similar to all the candidates, right? You got your Sec Plus. This story was inspired by somebody in the Simply Cyber Discord chat because they're like, hey, like, what should I do to stand out? I'm like, oh, do you have your Sec Plus? Do you document labs? Are you networking? They're like, yeah, just like the other 500 people who applied to the job. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, you know what? I need to help you stand out even more. So I made this deck. And a quick shout out to Alana Boyajian, who talked about her LinkedIn looking super baller. Okay. So let me see. Look I give you a 3-layer actionable strategy. I actually made like a checklist that you can download afterwards. So there's like a takeaway. But look at this. Oh my God. Like, dude, I'm dropping spilling all the tea, if you will. Oh, dude, look at this. Breaking it down. Like if you saw this post I made on LinkedIn 2 weeks ago, this post is like unbelievably performing, right? But how did I do it? How did I write a post that went viral-ish, right? That's what this talk is all about, okay? It's sick. I'm super excited about this talk and helping people kick. Here's my thing. I want you to be able to kick as much butt as you want. As much butt as you want. I want you to put on your favorite pair of shoes and absolutely just drop kick butt. If that's what you want. If you don't want to, that's cool. You don't have to. But what I like to do is give you the tools to be able to make your own decisions. Okay. So Yosef says, Dr. G, I know you're dying AI gaming jobs. What's the best AI courses to get in cyber and keep your job as a beginner? I actually don't know a great AI course right now. If anyone in chat has one that they've taken, just in full disclosure, I have a friend who attended a Black Hat training on how to use AI and agentic AI at work. He said it was terrible. He said it was an absolute terrible training. So, like, CR says, when is this talk? This talk is going to be Friday at 10 a.m. at DEF CON, Noob Village. Okay. I'm going to give this talk. This might even be my keynote at B-Sides Greenville. So if you are going to go to Greenville, South Carolina's B-Sides, I think a version of this talk will be my talk. So little opportunity there for you as well. Keep the questions coming, everybody. I thank you for allowing me to share that with you, because I am super excited. Sean Sailors, yeah, I'll make this deck available after I've given my talk and stuff like that. All right, what other questions we got, guys? I do want to say a quick shout out, since there's no questions in chat. Shout out to Dakota State University. Mrs. Auger and I actually got to go out to dinner with the president of the university and the dean of the Beacom College last night. Wonderful experience. I literally got to go. We went back to the dean's hotel resort room or whatever. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. This is not hyperbolic. It was literally the best view I've ever had in Las Vegas. For the longest time, the 63rd floor of Mandalay Bay, there's like a bar there that has a deck that you can walk out on and look at the strip. That was the best view. This view I saw last night was insane. The woman's, she didn't even have a hotel room. She had like a hotel house. But like, there was a part of this living room that jutted out, and it had windows on 3 sides. So you could see like everything. It was sick. Okay, Roswell UK says, any plans to roll a version of the talk for a Black Hills Antisyphon webcast? There has not been discussion of that, Roswell UK, but I mean, we are doing Simply Cyber community workshops, so we could do it there. Okay, so Roswell, Stones fans saying they dropped a question. Let me go ahead and do this really quickly. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tag these questions here. I'm looking for Stones fans question. VJ Morris says they joined at the right time. Stones fan, where is your question, dude? Maybe you could drop it again. Bruce and Hacks has got a question. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, here we go. Here's 3 questions really quickly in chat. Space Taco says, how is Mrs. Auger enjoying the cyber nerd adventures of Black Hat? I think she's enjoying it. I'll ask her afterwards, Space Tacos, and report back tomorrow. Bruce and Hack says, you mentioned something about your talk being relatable. I was only half paying attention. What's up with that? And can I tune in virtually? I don't know. You'll have to check whether or not the Noob Village talks are being televised. I don't know the answer to that, Bruce and Hacks, but yeah, it'll definitely be at 10 a.m. Eastern or 10 a.m. local time, so like 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Alex says, I know you worked at hospitals and they are a nightmare to secure. Do you feel the unidirectional devices should be implemented more into medical devices into the hospitals? No, I mean, here's part of the problem. One, a lot of the medical devices, the vendors have a contract that says they have to maintain it, and then they're going to remote in. So they need to be able to access it remotely. Sometimes they have their own remote access solution, which kind of sucks, but you're not going to get away from that. And if you're like, oh, well, like, have them come on site, a vendor will be happy to come on site and maintain a medical device. They're going to charge you through the nose, right? So if they say, hey, we have 2 options. One, we can remote in and it'll cost, whatever, $50,000 a year for that service. Or we can fly in. You can pay for flights, hotel, food, time spent, and that'll be like $300,000. You get the same service. Which option would you like? Every single executive is going to choose the remote option 100 out of 100 times. So for those reasons, you're not going to see it that way. Plus, like, those medical devices need to communicate with like the EHR and push information. They talk to the labs and stuff like that. So that's not happening anytime soon. All right, Stones fan has a question here. Let me go. Dude, I might have to go get medicine. My face hurts. Easy Does It says, would a delivery manager role prep for GRC? I feel like it would, but it does. Delivery manager. I'm not entirely sure what a delivery manager role would do. Easy Does It. My only thing is, if there's a lot of communication and interfacing with the business side of things, then yes, that part's super valuable. Glam for breakfast, all caps, screaming. I'm currently working as a help desk tech, Curious if you have suggestions of projects I could work on. Yeah. So glam for breakfast, it depends on what job you want in industry, right? If you want to be a SOC analyst, it's different labs than if you want to be a GRC analyst. What I would say is I would do like, oh man, I'll give you two options, glam for breakfast, okay? Let's do this really quickly, okay? 1 second, okay? I got to put the mic down because I have to put my hands together. And then Stones fan, your question is next, okay? All right, so glam for breakfast. Here you go. This, oh my God, my ear. This lab right here is sick. This lab is awesome if you want to be a SOC analyst. Like literally it has you build a SIM, do threat hunting, do detection engineering. Like you do a lot of advanced blue team stuff in this one. So let me do this. Okay. So there's the blue one. Glam for breakfast. And then the GRC one, that's my world. That's where I roll. So let me do GRC portfolio, Simply Cyber Auger. You see this video right here? This is me telling you 3 different portfolio labs that you can do. So I'll drop a link to that. Again, depends on what you want. And this is true for everybody. These are all great labs and portfolio builders. Also, I just want to let people know, if you are a help desk technician, if you can try to like talk to the information security team, right? See if you can, make, like you're talking to business people who are calling in, right? You can help, configure MFA or help people reset passwords to be more secure or figure out like what patching problems are and stuff like that. Like try to build a relationship that isn't just you getting something from the InfoSec office, glam for breakfast. Try to build a relationship where you're telling them that you want to help them. And then you'll begin building that relationship. All right, let's get Stones fans' question. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go. Stones fan says, I completed the NIST CSF fundamentals course. Should I do the NIST CSF practitioner or look at the CISA cert? Stones fan, if, I would advise the CISA cert. This is the ISACA CISA, which is Certified Information Security Auditor. Stones fan, literally only because of the market value of that cert. There's a lot of people asking for it. It is a good cert. It is accurate as far as making sure that you understand how to audit properly. I think you'll get a higher return on investment. Now, as far as NIST CSF practitioner goes, I think there's mad value in that, especially if you want to be a CISO, because understanding how to build an information security program and manage it over the life cycle and stuff like that is super valuable as well. Okay. Dave Clifton says for doctorate, leaning towards DIT or SCID over PhD since aiming for research. Don't like for-profit or state schools, which leaves private nonprofit. Need online and evening recommendations. I don't have a recommendation on private nonprofit institutions. I don't know. I mean, it depends what you want to get your degree in also, right? It's Dave Clifton. So like, if you want a degree in cybersecurity, that's different than getting a degree in, I don't know, like agriculture or something like that. If anyone has any recommendations, I will tell you definitively, I am a huge advocate of Dakota State University. I mean, I have my PhD is from Dakota State University, obviously, so check with somebody who has less bias. But I'm telling you, like the work they're doing, the relationships they have, like Dakota State is super legit when it comes to cybersecurity. Also, since I had dinner with President Griffiths and Dean Bell last night, they were telling me like they have an AI program. So John V, if you're looking, dude, Dakota State's AI like got AI curriculum going on right now. I actually like low key. Don't tell Mrs. Auger. I was saying that I might go, like if I could find the time, I would go get a master's in AI. but I don't have time. Plus, I was Nadine supported me I was in school for like 20 years. So, all right, let's keep cooking here. Steve says, in a hybrid on-prem AD Azure environment with Intune, what's the best way to have remote users initially log on to their laptops? User provisioning is auto, so we don't know their passwords to log them in. Ooh, that is a really good question. I don't know. Does anyone in chat know this one? I haven't done like mass deployments. I don't know if you're using autopilot or not for this. But this is a really specific question around remote users initially logging in. When you do... I don't know the answer to this one, Steve. If anyone in chat can answer Steve's question on channel right now, talking about initial logons for remote users that are auto-provisioned, how do you get them to log on? Interesting. Cyber Risk Witch, what's your best advice for changing the culture of a company that doesn't prioritize security? Oh boy, man. It's an uphill slog. I'll tell you, I have a buddy who works for a company that, like, the leadership has been there for 20 plus years and they absolutely don't see the value in cyber. Honestly, Cyber Risk Witch, I think just consistency, like, you know, like daily, like, you know, messages, like little quick hits, making things aware. When you are modifying people's behavior and understanding, you have to personalize it, right? So if you're trying to change the culture of a company, you really should be targeting the leadership because they set the tone for the organization. And if you can basically get to know them, get to know like what's important to them, and then provide insights and value add stories and opportunities that align with their interests, you can begin to get them to understand. Like for example, let's say that like the CEO of the company is a huge golfer, loves golf, right? And then let's just say that like the Masters tournament had a data breach or something like that, or Tiger Woods got phished and his bank account got hacked or whatever, right? Like that would be an opportunity to point it out, right? Maybe your company's a manufacturing company and that doesn't really make sense to bring up because it's golf. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring this knowledge in a way that's desirable for that person to want to consume. And then you begin to like normalize that, oh, these things are happening. These things are bad, right? And then of course, if you can, anytime there's like an event in your environment that's not good, right? Highlighting it, talking about what the impact could have been had you guys not done the things that you were supposed to do. Yeah, it's a tough one though. It is a tough one, but it's a long-term problem to solve. Do you know if there are any Simply Cyber community events in Atlanta, Georgia? I do not know. If anyone's in the Hotlanta area, I know we do have people in the Hotlanta area. Please drop it in chat for Mr. Shannon Wilson. Let's see. Question from Abstract. Please, what question should I be expecting for a cyber security analyst triage first 30-minute phone interview? Thanks. Oh, man. So I think in a phone interview, it's going to be like your first one. It's going to be pretty high level. It might even not even be with like the hiring manager. It could just be a screening call. Like, this is what the job is. You know, like, here's what we're looking for. Are you a good fit? Like, very rough around the edges. What I would say, Abstract, and I say this all the time, is pick one of the big stories from today. Like the Cisco one. It was a third party. It depends on what kind of job you're interviewing for, right? So if it's a GRC job, the Cisco third party data breach for the CRM solution is a great story because from a data governance perspective, if you're managing what data goes into that CRM and making sure that that third party notifies you as part of their supply chain, like bringing that kind of knowledge to the interview is great because it's demonstrating not only do you stay current so they don't have to ask you that question, you're understanding that you have the ability to analyze and distill the information and how it can be applied for cyber risk reduction at your business. Like seriously, anything I say in the daily cyber threat brief, steal everything that I say and make it your own. if it's a SOC analyst job or something like that, you know, maybe you can be prepared to have some like phishing story, like just yesterday there was a story about the Vietnamese ransomware threat actor group that's using some type of attack, and it's basically an email that has a zip file attachment to it or a zip file URL. So just kind of having like a current story. Obviously, since it's triage, you should, I personally think that you should kind of think through what does your triage walkthrough cycle look like. Just to share something with you, if I can. Hold on one second. I actually have a video for this. Where is it? Hold on. Hold on one second. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I literally have a video that walks you through my exact... Oh my god, dude. Hold on one second. How do I... Oh, here we go. I just want to share this. I literally made this video, and I was so excited about it, and it didn't perform well, and I was so pissed. Did I pull this video down? All right. I don't know. I don't know what this video is. I'm super bummed out about this. Hold on one second. Is it in here?
You've done your work and you know you want to be a SOC analyst, but what do you...
Like literally, I have my entire workflow. Like at the job I was working at, I walk you through like exactly everything I do when I get an end user that falls for a phishing email. I don't know where it is. Brutal, bro. Brutal. All right. Sorry. Mods, I don't know if the mods are around. If the mods want to see if they can't find that. Anyways. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm like pissed now. I want to find this thing. The thing is I think I changed my my thumbnail for it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, check it out. This is it right here.
A great interview.
Okay. I literally start the video by saying a great interview question is, you know, user calls and says that they fell for a fish. What do you do? This video is the full answer. It's 15 minutes, and it will straight up answer your question abstract. Good luck with the interview too, buddy. There we go. Yep. Thank you very much. All right, we got a couple more questions, and then we're going to boogie out of here. All right. Augusta, I don't think we have a video today at 9:30, but I'm going to end the show in just a minute here. Quick hitters. Jerry, what would you recommend for a first-timer attending Black Hat? What's the experience like? I feel like there's too many activities. Yeah, I mean, first I would say, like, try to find some people that you want to roll with so you can enjoy the experience better. Secondly, sign up for all the parties and go to the ones that make sense. You want to get there early just because they will fill up, and then you'll have to wait in line, and it'll suck. Here's the thing. Choose a couple talks that you want to go to and get there early because the seats can fill up. But I wouldn't do all talks all day because you'll end up getting stuck in talks you don't want to attend, and that's whatever. Walking the vendor hall, people are going to spam you and like scan your badge. I will tell you, it's too late for this, but you should definitely use like a disposable email address to register because your email is going to get blown up by marketing. So hopefully that helps. Like, dude, we're here 5 days and I've got like a massive, like, it's super busy. Shane says, good morning, Jerry. How many hours are you getting in Las Vegas, and are you teaching this upcoming semester? So how many hours are you getting in Las Vegas? I don't know what that question means, but we're here Monday through Saturday, and I am teaching. I actually just got the department head at the Citadel just messaged me yesterday with my semester. So yeah. And for those who don't know, what's this? Oh yeah. Definitely, quick reminder, Tyler Ramsbo letting me know in chat, we are having the Simply Cyber community meetup on Friday, 4 to 7 at Zombie Beer Brewing. So if you haven't, you do have to register. I have wristbands here to give people that registered. If you haven't registered, it's $5. 100% of proceeds go to Black Girls Hack. We only did the registration so we could manage headcount. So here, I'll drop this link in chat right now, but this is what it looks like. Last time I checked, oh my gosh. Last time I checked, we had 138 people. I can check really quickly before we end the stream. Here you go, drop that in chat. Okay. Let me see really quickly. Let's see how many people we got registered. Holy Jesus. Guys, 195 people registered. We raised $975 for Black Girls Hack, and we're basically at capacity. So, Tyler, we did it, dude. We are going to have a massive, epic, raging community meetup on Friday from 4 to 7. We're about to take over this brewery. I can't wait. Oh, sick. All right. Let's see. All right. If you are at Black Cat, drop your pictures on LinkedIn and tag at Kathy Chambers. She's enjoying that. Jazzy Jazz says, explain the difference in standard procedure and policy in layman terms regarding IT. Okay, yeah, really quick. This is super easy. A policy is like a high-level statement, right? Like staff will get training, okay? A procedure is how the policy is executed, right? So staff will get awareness training or security awareness training. The procedure is, basically, putting like scraping top cyber news stories, putting an email and blasting it once a day out, right? It's a standard procedure. So when you hire someone, you could say, this is how you do the awareness training. And then a standard is just basically a value. Like, how often do you get awareness training? Daily, quarterly, monthly, yearly? Like, the standard is just the value of, like how long is a password? The standard is 12 characters. CyberSec got blinkers on. Hackers are spouting quals. I don't know. All right, guys. I'm going to head on out. Might have to get a telehealth visit here. All right, really quickly. Would working in networking be a better starting point to build experience before pivoting? Yeah. I mean, if you have the ability to do it, any IT experience definitely will help you be a better cyber practitioner. No doubt. Top Hat Cat says, are you in Vegas? I am in Vegas. Which conference are you most excited about besides Black Hat or DEF CON? I mean, I'm speaking at DEF CON, so probably DEF CON. I heard great things about B-Sides. I didn't go. Real Bilbo went. He was telling me some great stuff. We had dinner with him on Monday night. Full of opinions today. Should I stay off LinkedIn? No. All right, guys. Quick shout out to Kathy Chambers, Sierra Montgomery, Tyler Ramsbo, Justin Gold, Haircut Fish, everybody in chat. Guys, I got to head on out of here. But I do want to say thank you very much. It's been an absolute delight. It's a pleasure to serve this community. Congratulations to Alana Boyajian. Thank you to John V, to the people who got the gifted subs. I hope you enjoy those. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Oh, wait, hold on. What's this? Tomorrow. Hold on one second. All right. All right, guys. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Be well, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. If you got any questions for Cisco Talos, I will be there tomorrow afternoon getting into it with them, so we'll see what's up. Till next time, stay secure.